Good afternoon and welcome to WeFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Naoka Abbott Balcom, a banana producer from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, has been recognized by the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, as a leader of rurality of the Americas. Naoka, who also grows cassava, sweet potato, yam, and vegetables, is celebrated for empowering rural women and passing on her knowledge to the next generation. She has chaired the Walco Cooperative, where women farmers support each other and introduce young people to farming. The award, known as the Soul of Rurality, honors those contributing to food security and sustainable agriculture. Abbott Balcom's journey began under the guidance of her great grandmother, and after years working in urban jobs, she established her own farm, championing diversified crops and healthy, natural produce. At 68, she continues to manage her farm with creativity and resilience, promoting self sufficiency and a love for agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 73 residents of North Windward have received the title deeds for their lands as part of the government's ongoing housing and resettlement program. The handing over ceremony took place on Tuesday at the new settlement in Overland. Minister of Housing Orlando Brewster said the initiative marks another step toward improving land security and creating generational wealth for Vincentian families. He noted that since 2001, the government's focus has been to transform dead capital into live capital by restoring homes and unlocking economic value for citizens. Area Representative Montgomery Daniel praised residents for their patience and said efforts to regularize lands and deliver titles will continue, with over 200 houses still to be repaired. The distribution of 73 deeds forms part of the government's wider commitment to rebuilding and strengthening communities affected by natural disasters. Still on the local scene, Honda Secondary School held its first ever Miss TSS cultural pageant under the theme An Explosion of Pride and Resilience. 5 contestants represented eras of the school's past principals. Renique Gums, representing the Frank Jones era, captured 3 titles: Best Talent, Best Interview, and the People's Choice Award, and was crowned the overall winner. Aria Williams, representing the Elspeth Adams era, won Best Cultural Wear and placed second runner-up, while Deandra Shepard from the Cecil Charles era was first runner-up. Teachers, students, and guests described the event as a proud moment that marked the start of a new cultural tradition at the school. On to news in the region. Trinidad and Tobago's decision to co-sign a joint statement with the United States and several Latin American countries congratulating Bolivia's new president has stirred debate about the country's foreign policy direction and its alignment within CARICOM. Former Jamaican Ambassador Curtis Ward described the move as unusual and precedent-setting, suggesting it shows closer alignment with the U.S. and could weaken CARICOM unity. International relations experts Dr. Anthony Bryant and Dr. Anthony Gonzalez agreed the action signals a shift from TNT's traditional neutrality, though Gonzalez believes it's unlikely to cause lasting regional division. Former Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Amory Brown called the decision a dangerous departure from sovereign diplomacy, accusing the government of following Washington's lead. The U.S.-led statement issued October 21st congratulated Bolivia's new president and pledged cooperation on regional challenges. Trinidad and Tobago has not yet released its own statement or official comment. Prime Minister Gaston Brown will present Antigua and Barbuda's 2026 national budget to Parliament on December 4, 2025. Director General of Communications Maurice Merchant says cabinet members met this week with key financial officials to finance fiscal priorities and the structure of the presentation. The budget is expected to emphasize economic resilience, infrastructure, job creation, and social protection, along with measures for digital transformation, education, and climate adaptation. Merchant also confirmed that the throne speech will be delivered on November 25th, outlining the government's legislative agenda ahead of the budget. Both events will mark the start of the new parliamentary year and highlight achievements from 2025, as well as plans to strengthen public services and modernize. Finally, on the international scene, the European Union is set to agree in principle on Thursday to finance Ukraine for the next 2 years, despite Belgium's threat to block the plan to use frozen Russian assets. EU Council Chief Antonio Costa said the agreement will cover Ukraine's financial needs for 2026 and 2027, including military support. The plan would allow Kiev to access a 140 billion euro loan using profits from immobilized Russian assets. Belgian Prime Minister Bart De Wever insists his country will only back the plan if all EU members share the financial and legal risks, noting that the frozen assets are held in Belgium through Euroclear. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, attending the EU summit in Brussels, urged leaders to act quickly, saying the funds would strengthen Ukraine's air defenses and save lives. Meanwhile, the EU formally approved a new sanctions package against Russia, including a ban on Russian liquefied natural gas starting in 2027. This has been WeFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WeFM's evening news, and we thank you for listening.